Today, guys, I'll be talking about the things I understood after moving to Germany because there are a lot of things, a lot of things I understood after moving into Germany. But today, I'll just be talking about five things I got to understand the lifestyle of Germany, the things I understood after living 2 years in Germany. So today, basically, I was just talking about five things from those things I've learned. And as a foreigner, I can guarantee you, like, watch the video to the end if you're a foreigner, and you're gonna be wow about the things going on in Germany because nobody really talks about these things. Okay, so without taking much of your time, let's dive right straight up into the video. Well, anyways, the first thing I'll be talking about, if you're a foreigner, these are the first things you need to know. Like, first of all, you are considered a refugee in Germany, like straight up. I don't know why they have that idea, but I got to understand that because for me, I was pissed to the first time, after moving into Germany. Although I moved in as a refugee from Ukraine, because of the war, moved into Ukraine. But regardless of that, understand you don't need to just see a black person and just automatically think poof, um you're a refugee. But for the first 4 months or first 5 months, let me just say first 5 months, I was really really pissed about people seeing me like that. When you walk up to somebody, I just want to say hello to the person thinks you're talking to her because you want some documents, and when you try to introduce yourself, be like, okay, my name is this, from this and this. Oh, I'm new in Germany. Automatically, they think you're a refugee. You're trying to hook up with them or talk to them because you're looking for a document per se. It was really, 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 really fucked up. And the things I started doing, initially at the first time was when I walk up to a girl and I try to talk to her and be like, all right, I just bring up myself and like, hey, my name is this, my name is that. See, I'm not talking to you because I need some documents because I have mine already and I'm just a year in Germany. And most of the time, she's always like, really, how did you get your documents after 1 year and all the stuff like that? And I'm like, okay, I'm from Ukraine and I've got my permanent residence in Ukraine. And I guess the permanent residence gave birth to the residence permit I have currently here in Germany. And after I clarified that, then we get to move forward in talking, get to like, the rest of the story. I don't really need to go deep, but these were the things I was doing. And I got tired of it. I got fed up of it. And I started asking questions like, why? Then I got to understand like Germany is harboring a lot. Will I use the word is harboring the right word to use? But Germany has a lot of refugees, like way a lot of refugees in Germany, and this is the reason why their citizens or people that are here are thinking about this. Thinking like as a foreigner, as a black person, you're just talking to them because you need some documents, and this shit is flying around so much, and it has messed up the social life. It has messed up the relationship system because everybody, I won't say everybody, but most people, get into a relationship because they need something from you, which is not really, 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 really good. And so after doing my research, I got to find out that currently Germany has I'm gonna put it up here. Nigerians in Germany currently we have like 91,000 275. That's what Google is saying right now. 91,275 refugees, and in the past year from 2021, it has increased in 18.3%. That's crazy. You understand? 18.3%. And the refugee status for 2021 was 77,132. Man, that's crazy, that's a lot. That's a lot. So I understand the pain, I understand the craziness around the area as a black person. They just see and they think like, hey, you're a refugee and all this stuff. So as a foreigner, as a black person, an African moving into Germany, you should just understand that once you get into Germany, that is what you're going to be seen as until proven otherwise. So for the second, part thing I understood about Germany is this like poor customer service. Like the customer service in Germany is very, very poor. I don't know about other cities. Let me not use Germany as a whole, but in the city I live in, the customer service sucks. When I mean customer service, I mean generally. Now, I'm not only talking about when you go to the restaurant to get something to eat, like the customer service in restaurant, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about generally. Because when I got into Germany, in Ukraine, I rode with taxis. Like taxi was the main source of transportation for me and most people in Germany. We hardly use the bus or the tram or the metro. The means of transportation for me was the taxi when I got here. Even when I fled Ukraine into Hungary, in Hungary, taxi was my go-to mode of transportation. That was my go-to mode of transportation when I got to Hungary. Then I got into Germany. When I got into Germany, I was in Berlin. I got to Berlin first. It was my mode of transportation. Well, regardless, um, as I was saying, the customer service sucks because all right, now Uber doesn't work in my city, which is crazy. I got to understand like it's not everywhere Uber works. Like in my city, it doesn't work in my city. And they have this particular number where you need to call. And I don't speak um German for now, Dutch. I don't speak Dutch. So even in Ukraine, if you don't speak Russian language or Ukrainian language, the app is simple. You just go there, it shows your location, you order you for your taxi, it comes to meet you in your location. It was easy. So with or without the language, you were able to move around. But in Germany, if you don't really know the language, you ain't going nowhere. Like best believe you're not going nowhere if you don't know the language. Because people that you ask questions don't know anything. I was asking this man, it was the social worker in charge of us. I walked up to him and I'm like, all right, I'm trying to go to this place. I need a taxi. I can't get the Uber to come here because the Uber app is not working. The Bolt app is not working here. So, do you guys have any number where you can call for a taxi to take me from my point A to point B? The man said he doesn't know. And I'm like, all right, how long you lived in Germany? And he was telling me over 20 years. And like, in 20 years, you don't know how to call a taxi or you just don't want to tell me. Well, he just said he doesn't know. And I walked away. Even the securities at the building where we were staying, because there were securities, the building where we were staying, I did ask the same question, and guess what? Same answer. They did not know, which is very, very crazy. And then I started learning how to use the bus. I started learning how to use Google Map. It's crazy, but it's so Ah, that shit is crazy. Well, don't be surprised. It was in 2024, or let me say 2022 ending stroke 23, 24. For the past 2 years, that was when I started using Google Map. I never did use Google Map. 10 years in Ukraine, I wasn't used to Google Map. Nah. I don't know. I just didn't know how to kind of use. Let me not say I didn't know how to use Google Map, but it's just that it wasn't relevant to use Google Map in Ukraine, honestly. Because anywhere you're going to, you just call the taxi. If you're going to the next, I've traveled with taxi before. Honestly, like you just call the taxi, it takes you to the next city, straight up, it takes you to where you are going to actually. So I never got the. There was no reason for me to start using Google Map to go to where I was going to. You understand? So it was in Germany. I started using Google Map. Tried to know how to use the bus. You have to check your bus stops. Then you have to count how many bus stops is going. Like if you have like 10 stops, so you need to start counting each stop in the bus so you don't pass or you don't pass your bus stop. Because when you do, no one's going to tell you how to get back to where you're going to. You understand? So Google Map is going to be your friend. And another part of the whole poor customer service I was talking about in supermarkets. Supermarket is the worst. In supermarket is the worst. The supermarket is so big. Well, you can walk into a big supermarket. There are a lot of people, and in Germany, there's this. We also have that in Ukraine. There's this terminal where you can go pay for yourself. Like you scan your products, like scan a product, and you pay for it by yourself. There is always in Ukraine. There's always somebody working at a terminal. at that place, so that if you don't get to understand something, or probably you get to scan your product twice by mistake, and if you want to delete it, the person comes up to you, helps you. I don't know, they put on this code, like there's a card they use, like like staff card they use, and they're able to delete a product for you if you like scanned it twice by mistake. You understand? Those kind of things happen. Like you get to by mistake scan something twice, and other stuff like that. But let me not use the word Germany. Like in my city where I live in Germany, because I don't know what's like in Berlin, Hamburg, Cologne, Essen, Düsseldorf. I don't know what's like down there. So let me not use the word Germany. Let me use in the city where I live, where me I live. You understand? It sucks so bad that you have to now wait. And when you get pissed off waiting for somebody to like, come get this thing working so you can leave. And when you call them, they give you an attitude. And I will just stand and just be looking like, oh shit, you're very lucky. I don't know how to speak this language. Thank you, stars. I really don't know how to speak this language. I keep saying this in my mind because if I really know how to speak Dutch, there are some people I really need to give them a piece of my mind. I will not care about the consequences, but sure as hell, I'm going to give it a piece of my mind because I'm a paying customer. You can't be giving me attitude. It's my money. I'm paying. I'm buying the goods. I don't need to be here, actually. Because if I don't come in to buy stuff from you, you're not going to get paid. The business is not going to boom. It's not going to move. It's crazy. And there was this guy I met when I went to the store again. There was this guy I met, and I was asking him questions, and his answer was he doesn't understand why it's like that. You're buying a drink which is non-alcoholic. I understand buying alcohol, like if you're going to the terminal buying alcohol, like you need somebody, like they need to be sure that you're above 18 before getting the whole alcohol thing. I understand. It's same way in Ukraine. You just cannot go to the terminal and swipe alcohol by yourself. Somebody needs to be there to confirm your age, to understand like, okay, you're above 18. Then there's this code they're gonna press in, then you can be able to pay for it. Even with cigarettes also, it's the same. So I get that part, but non-alcoholic drink, a drink that's non-alcoholic, I have to come. I have to wait for you to be able to come to like put in the code to. I don't get it. It's really messed up. And when I made a complaint to this guy was like, "All right, he understands, but this is how it is. Like he understands that it's annoying." He was talking to me calmly, and I shook his hand and I told him thank you, because the last person that came to talk to me was very, very rude, like as if I am your problem, which I'm not. I understand Germany is hard enough, but you don't need to take out the frustrations on me because I'm not taking out my frustrations on you. Do you understand? So that's another crazy thing. Another thing again about the customer service that I say is crazy when you go to the hospital. Like you can go to the hospital directly, like when you go to the house doctor, there's hospital and there's house doctor in Germany. So you have to go to the house doctor if what you have is not severe. But regardless, when you go there, you want to try to see the doctor, the receptionist, the way they talk to you, like they talk to you like, I don't want to talk to you, but I just have to talk to you. Do you know that kind of attitude where someone like, I don't want to talk to you, but I have to talk to you just because it's a job? Then if it's like that, then you don't need to be there. You don't need to be sitting as a receptionist working if you're not ready to talk to everybody. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry, everybody that walks into the front door and comes to your decks, you should wear a smiling face. You should talk to them. You should make them feel relaxed. You should make them understand what's going on. Don't talk to them as if they are your problems. This is one crazy thing about Germans I don't really understand. You talk to me like I'm your problem. It sucks. It sucks. Even as which you're paying your money, you're paying. It's not for free. You're paying, and regardless, they think they can just speak to you the way they want. Like it's crazy. I don't understand. So as a foreigner, you coming into Germany, these are the things you should understand. Like these are the things you're gonna face. Like straight up, these are the facts of things you're gonna say. Because I don't understand why people don't get to talk about these things in Germany. Like they only talk about the good part, the beautiful part of Germany. Oh, Germany is beautiful. They have historical buildings and all the stuff like that. Oh, la 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 la. Yeah, it's good for tourism. If you're a tourist and you're coming to Germany, forget it, you feel like you're in heaven on earth. But if you're living in Germany, sure, that should suck. So as a foreigner, you should understand like when you come into Germany, these are the things that you need to like look up to. You need to suck it up. You need to just wear a smiling face and you need to walk away. Well, the third thing that you need to know in Germany is you can't do anything in Germany without appointment. So appointment is termin. So you have to like always have termin for everything. But I'm surprised why why we don't get termin if you want to go to the toilet, to use the toilet, to excuse yourself, to ease yourself. And I'm shocked why there's no termin for that because there should be because everything you do in Germany has to come with termin. If you're dying, you need a termin to let them know, okay, I'm dying tomorrow. You need a termin for that. That's crazy because you just cannot work into a place and for questioning and you get a job done. Like recently, the most annoying part recently was for me where I work. I needed to get the police report because the boss, the chef, where I work in Germany, chef is boss. So when I say chef, while talking, don't think like I'm talking about a cook. The chef in Germany means boss. So to get out of the way. So the chef called me one day and told me like, okay, after submitting my document and every other thing, I did my yeah, after submitting document and every other thing. So he asked me to submit a police report, and I'm like, I didn't know I was going to get a police report to submit. But like he said, it's part of the requirement for me. I need to get a police report. So I had to go to the Auslander Amt to because I didn't know where to get this thing done. So I went to the Auslander Amt to ask a question like to get a police report, and the woman there told me that I needed a termin. I'm like, termin for a police report? Oh, before I even went to the Auslander Amt, I went to the police station. I went to the police station because that was the first place I went to. Because in my head, you need a police report. You're going to the police station, right? So I went to the police station to get a police report. So when I got there, I told them like I wasn't. They were surprised to see a black person walking. Like they were shocked, like a black person walking to the police station. Like, is there a crime? Is he trying to report himself? Is he trying to submit himself or something? I don't know. But so the guy walked up to me and I'm like, all right, sorry, my Dutch is so good. Like my Dutch is not so good. Like the expression is a good Dutch. I asked him his expression English, and he was like, okay, yeah, he speaks English. Yeah, that's good. So I told him I needed a police report. And he said, so I came to the police station. I was like, yeah, like I work. I showed him my documents and I showed him like I had to Google where I work because I didn't know the address. So I had to Google the name of the company where I work. So I got the address and I showed him on Google, like, okay, this is the address of where I work. And my boss asked me to get a police report. Like it's part of the requirement for documentation, like after signing my contract and everything like that, like 5 things I need to submit. So he told me like I'm not going to be able to get a police report in the police station. I needed to go to Auslander Arms, and I'm like, okay, all right. So I left the police station. I went to Auslander Arms. So it's a police report, please. It's something you can tell me. Sit down, all right, for 20 minutes. I'll get back to you. I'm attending to somebody. Check your records because Germany, only your birthday. All they need from you is your birthday and your name. Everything about you is going to come out. So I'm in my head. I'm thinking like, okay, to get a police report, you just need my name and my birthday, whatever record is out there, because I know I'm clean. I'm not a criminal, and I've never been to the prison before. I've never had a court case before, and other stuff like that. But moving on. So in my head, I was thinking like, this is what it's gonna be. It's not gonna be way more than that. So I have to just sit and wait for like 20 minutes. So I got there and the woman told me I needed a termin. I'm like, a termin, an appointment? She said, yes. I said, for what? To get a police report. And I'm like, all right, no problem. Now I was thinking, okay, probably I'm going to come back tomorrow or come back the next day, you understand, or a day after tomorrow. This woman gave me 2 months ahead. I was like, in the next 2 months, I needed to wait to get a police report for the next 2 months. And she's like, yeah, like, I had this look like I was flabbergasted. Like, I had this look like, really, I have to wait for 2 months to get a police report. Like, if it's something so important I needed to get, so I needed to wait 2 months to get a police report. So I just said, man, in my head, I just said, fuck it. I left the place. I like, nah, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not going to go through this. So I went to work. I told my chef about this. So my chef told me, like, I needed to be patient. Because I started telling everybody, like, when you got your police report, did you have to wait for 2 months? Like, what's going on? And people started laughing. People started like, like, that kind of thing. That laugh, that sarcastic laugh of welcome to Germany. That's the laugh I was getting. Not kind of funny laugh, but a sarcastic laugh. That, oh, welcome to Germany. This is what it is. And I'm like, I was so pissed off. So I had to get someone to help me call that speaks German because, again, if you're trying to make a Termin on the phone, forget it. Like, you're not going to get an answer. You have to wait. So I didn't know how to, I didn't understand German because, they could say, okay, for if you're trying to get this, get that, press one. For this, press two. To speak with, press three. And all these things are going to be said in Dutch language. So I didn't understand it and it's stressful. So I had to beg a friend to help me, wake up early as 7:45 to be able to make that call. Because anything, if you wake up to make that call at 7:46, trust me, you're not going to get an answer. At 7:45, you need to make that call because that's when they ask you to call. 7:45 in the morning. Because there was a time I did call at like 7:30. So in my own mind, I was like, okay, if I call like an hour earlier, I'll be able to fix the appointment. The lady told me, you ain't going to believe this. The lady told me to my face, I needed to call at 7:45. If you're Nigerian and you understand when MTN was doing this midnight call, kind of midnight call stuff, like if you're calling at 11:55, the phone rings, like the phone goes through, like you can talk to who you're talking to. But once it gets to 12 o'clock, once it's 12 o'clock midnight and you're trying to make a call, shit, like you have to, like, if your call goes through and it connects, then you're not kind of, oh, thank God it's ringing. And you have to like be praying for the person to pick up. And when the person picks up, like, okay, yeah, we can have that midnight conversation, back in Nigeria when I was in Nigeria before I left Nigeria. So I don't know if they still do the 12 o'clock midnight calls or MTN anymore. I don't know about that. But regardless, so that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you're calling at 7:44, it's going to go through. But when it gets to 7:45, it's hard to get anybody online to book an appointment. Well, moving on, regardless, I had to beg a friend to help me do it because he speaks German and he was able to get a termin for a month. Like the next month, I had to wait for a month for I get the termin. All right. And after getting the termin, and I went to I went for the termin to, get the police report. And I got there, I paid for it, I did unnecessary thing, and I had to wait for another 3 weeks before I could get a paper. Wait for another 3 weeks. That's close to a month before I could get a paper. It was so annoying that when I got to work, I had to tell my chef, like, all right, chef, this is the crazy thing I've been going through. I was given this paper to give to you, and I had to wait for another 3 weeks before I could get the police report. So in Germany, to live in Germany, it's crazy. And also letters, like, oh shit. The amount of letters I've received in Germany, I don't think I've ever received it in my life. I literally have a full bag. I wish I can make a video and post it online. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that because these days you have to be careful what you post online. I have a full bag. When I mean a bag, I don't mean a backpack. I mean a mini traveling bag. Like, that traveling bag, your hand luggage, traveling bag. I have a letter. That bag is dedicated to letters. Like, it's filled with letters. It's crazy. Honestly, it's crazy. If you're getting like a 50-cent raise, you're going to get a letter for 50-cent raise, allowing you to understand, all right, you're getting a 50-cent raise in your salary, or getting a 50-cent raise, or the government in general have decided to add 50-cent raise to the hourly wages you get. You get paid per hour, the hourly wages you get, or hourly salary you get. I don't know which one is wages or salary. I don't know, but salary should be the end of the month. That's what you get, but your hourly wages you get. So if there's an increase of 50 cents, you're getting a letter. If there's anything going on in Germany, you're getting a letter. Straight up. always later. Like every day, it's already how will I put my English? It's already inculcated in my brain. It's like screwed in my brain. Like every time I'm coming back from work, or if I'm leaving the house, or I'm coming back into the house, each time I'm coming back into the house, I'm always checking my briefcase, like the mailbox. I'm always checking it to see if I got a letter. Like you're going to read a lot of letters. You're going to get a lot of letters for everything. I don't know. I don't know the slightest thing you can think about, you're gonna get it later. If you have a problem at the bank for anything, you just kind of walk up to the customer service to get something done. Like, oh, that day, oh, I'm having a problem at the bank. I just have things I'm going through, and they'll be like, all right, sit down. You're the next person. Okay, you have to wait for 20 minutes. No, it's not done in Germany. You are gonna get a termin for that shit. They don't care what it is. They don't care how important it is to you or how fast they want it done. You are going to get a termin and you have to wait. And should be lucky if you're going to get a termin in a month's time because there is none. There is a reason for them to push you all the way 2 months before you could get something. If you want to get your bank statement, you need a termin for that. You're just gonna walk up to the bank and like, oh, I need a bank statement. And like for your bank, all right. So what do you want the statement for? You want to get this done? All right, sit down, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get your bank statement done for you. No, you need a termin to get your bank statement. You have to come back in a month time to get your bank statement. There is nothing you want to do in Germany that you can't get it done on that day. Forget it. I don't know what it is. Seriously, I'm trying to understand what can you do in Germany to get it done on that day. I don't think there is anything now. So you need to plan yourself like 6 months ahead. If you're going to get something done, you have to plan yourself 6 months ahead because trust me, 2 months, you have to wait for 2 months to get a termin and most definitely probably wait for another 2 months to get an answer. That's how crazy it is in Germany. I don't know if they do this specially to waste your time or they do this initially to frustrate you, to annoy you. Nah, that is crazy. So you need to know these things. You need to get yourself prepared for these things before moving into Germany because these are the stress that we go through in Germany. I don't know, on TV they make Germany seem like, hey, Germany is this, Germany is that. Well, Germany is that and all that, but living in Germany, I can tell you, is a lot of stress. That's what I can say on that German part. So get ready, get yourself prepared for that when you're moving into Germany. These are the things you have to go through when living in Germany. Well, that's about that about Termin. So the fourth thing I want to talk about, and I'll talk about Germany, about like this is my own city though. Like I said earlier, I'm talking about my city. I don't know what's like in other cities, but I get to understand like there's no privacy. The fourth, like no privacy. Privacy. Throw that shit out of the door. Like throw it away. There's no privacy in Germany. You just can't have a private life. It's impossible for you to have a private life in Germany. Like literally, it's impossible to do that because one, if you're living under the refugee status, like if you're under social and all the stuff like that, forget there's no privacy because first things first, what you're gonna do, you're gonna have to submit everything you've got. When I mean everything, every account details, everything that's under your name, every asset that you own, anything at all needs to be submitted. That is one. So when you submit all these, you hand it over to them. You understand? And the next thing you're going to do is you need to be coming in to be like, you need to be reporting yourself in it, like check up. Because when I was under the social arms before, when we got in here, I always go report myself. Like, you need to go and like, oh, I'm still here, I'm still alive, and that's it, and you're gone. You need to always report yourself. Let's talk about your account. Ah, shit. If you are under the social, because the social armed job center, let me just say social armed slash job center, they give you this money every month. It's about 500 euros. Like they give you this money every month to buy food, take care of yourself, which it's never enough. When I was getting my own 500 euros, uh, it's okay. We wait a whole month before we get this money, and once I get it, it's gone because you have to pay your bills, you have to pay for your internet, you have to pay for this, pay for that. That money is never enough. It never takes me even 2 days in a month it's gone. So I need to wait like the next 28 days before I get the next 500. Well, during this period, I was going for the Dutch course, like I was doing the A1 and A2I. If, like people live in Germany understand, like I was going for Dutch course. And it was in my during this period there was no privacy because even I didn't have this experience, but other people had. I know people that had the experience whereby if probably like a friend of mine could call me or someone I know could call me and say, "Hey, dude, I'm in need of 20 euros. Do you have any 20 euros? I'm going to give you back." And I'll be like, "All right, I don't really have cash on me. Can I transfer it to your account?" And if this money is being transferred to your account, you are going to report yourself, or probably at the end of the day, they are going to find out like you got 20 euros in your account, and you have to explain how the 20 euros go into your account. Like you're not allowed to get anything, even from a family friend, even if the person is living in the UK or Canada or the United States or anywhere in the world where you can select bros, like hey unc, hey man, or you call your guy. Probably you have a guy in Canada. Let me just call your guy in Canada because I'm like, hey guy, how you doing now? Oh man, shit is not going well with me here, right? Yeah, say we did under the old refugee thingy for now while we're waiting for our document and stuff. Like, man, your guy's broke. I bet. See, if we get like $100 with you, €100 with you, like if you convert it, probably it's like $98 there. But like, if you just send me like $100, I beg, like I do broke, and your guy be like, all right, no, well, if you transfer you $100, now send me your account, make I transfer you the money now. I'm like, okay, all right, take. You send me your account details, and voila, you get your $100. Trust me, you are going to explain to job center or the social arms how you got this money, why you got this money, who sent the money to you. The person needs to write a letter of referral. Like the stress is much, and if you cannot explain how you got the $100, they're going to stop paying you. And you're going to telling these people right in front of them, like, how do you guys expect me to live on 500? This money is not enough for me to live. The 500 is not enough for me to live on it. You're not giving us the work permit for us to go get a job because we have to wait for a long time before you get the permit because Germany likes to take their time. Shit, like, oh, Father Lord in heaven. Whew. They like to take their time in doing things. Like, literally. And you ask yourself, why is it taking this long? They have no good explanation for it. They don't have an explanation for it. Like, this is the reason why it's taking this long. And each time you ask the reason why it's like this, they always tell you the bureaucracy in Germany is crazy. Who gives a hell about bureaucracy in Germany? We'll give a hell about you not wasting one's time. What does bureaucracy have to do with you wasting my time? You putting me in a box. You putting me in a position whereby I can't do anything, where I need to do something for myself. And you say it's bureaucracy. Like, I don't understand. These things don't make sense to me. I don't know. I'm never going to get it. I swear to God, I really don't get it. So you are going to explain yourself, and if you can't explain yourself, they're going to stop paying you. They don't care how you eat, they don't care how you survive, and they're not going to give you what you need to go get a job. Literally, for me, this is my own experience. My own experience was okay because I have the permanent residence. I got these things, this old privacy thingy, like me not having privacy to my own self, me not being able to do things. Someone can just walk up to your door, knock on your door, and just talk to you the way they want because you're under them and stuff like that. And yet they talk about human rights, but your human right goes off the door if you're under these people. I'm being honest because there is this facade of like, hey, the smiley face, but beneath that smile, shit, I don't think you want to see what's beneath that smile, what's under that smile, or what's behind that smile, because now you really don't want to see it, honestly. So my own experience was I was going to class, I was going to the Dutch course, and literally it wasn't working for me because the letters kept coming, there was no privacy. I got tired of it and I left because I had a work permit and I asked myself, like, what the hell am I doing here? Like, why am I in this class? Because I don't really understand what the teacher is teaching, what the teacher is saying. I've got my A1 certificate, I've gotten the A2 certificate. I was just way too broke to, continue living like this, and nobody really cares. So I had to leave the class and I had to go get a job. Well, which I know for a fact that I still have to go back to get my behinds, which I'm going to pay for myself. I don't want the government to do that for me, but when I'm ready, I'll go back for it. But I'm talking about those people that don't have this work permit, those people that are waiting to get this document before they could go work. You see people in the Auslander Amt every day, like, they keep saying they're looking for workers. And the crazy thing that you have people that are willing to work, and yet you're not giving them this document is what I don't understand. It's what I don't get. No one is asking you to give them anything. No one's asking you to feed them. No one's asking you that, okay, we are incapacitated. We are like invalid. Probably we can't walk, or my hand is broken, my leg is broken, and this is the reason why I cannot walk. That I understand. But you have full bodied, able men and women willing to work, but you're not giving them this work permit. Why? Because you want to invade your privacy. Why? Because you want them to be under you. Why? Because you want them to lick your ass. I don't understand that. And I will never understand that. Regardless, I'm no longer under the job center or the social arm. Still, I feel like my privacy is not private, to be honest, because somebody can just walk up to you and just and just try to be stupid with you. It's crazy, but these are the things, like as a foreigner, these are the things you need to know. You need to get yourself prepared for. Honestly speaking, you need to get to understand these things that I'm saying. I don't understand. Like, okay, when I get into here, these are the obstacles. These are the things I'm going to face. There's a lot more I'm going to talk about in my next video, but for now, these are just the things I'm going to talk about. So, if you're expecting privacy in Germany, throw that shit out of the door. It's so crazy that in Germany, I don't know if it's privacy. If I put it under the word privacy, you cannot stream a movie online in Germany. You're going to get a fine for stream movies. So I cannot go to, okay, probably www.watchseries.com, probably just to watch a movie. Now you can't do that. You're going to get a fine for it. If you download a movie, you're going to get a fine for it. The next thing you're going to know is you're going to get a letter in your door or in your mailbox saying that you owe a fine for downloading a movie. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's no privacy for that. Why would you fine me for downloading a movie and a place where I can, okay, I don't want, like, let me download this movie so I can watch it back later. You can't do that. So I feel like that's not private. This is my own thing. That's my laptop. That's my internet. I'm paying for it. I'm paying for the services I'm getting, but yet I can't download. I can't do nothing with my internet. I can't download anything on my laptop without getting fined. And that's this. I've not when I heard all this, when I heard all these stuffs, normally, anyways, I just stream movies online to watch, probably on Netflix and YouTube. I don't really watch Netflix anymore. Netflix sucks. There's nothing on Netflix, boring. I just watch YouTube, watch my Nigerian movies on YouTube because some of my people, I try to support them on YouTube. Watch the movies, give them that one view, understanding it in as much as the movies are not so, but that's where I just get my things done. I just sit on YouTube, watch, stream, and that's it. I don't get to download anything. So if you're coming to Germany as a foreigner as the first time, know this: no downloading of movies, and there are no privacies. You think what you're doing, the government does not know what you're doing. I'm sure if you're walking or crossing the street to the next street, they know where you are. They actually do know where you are and what you're doing at that moment. Best believe me, so there's nothing you're going to do in Germany that the government does not know. So before you get into Germany, just understand that your privacy, kick it out the door. There's nothing private about you anymore once you get into Germany. Understand? So that's it for the privacy part. That's about that for the privacy part. So for the fifth and last one I'm going to talk about today is the depression in Germany. The depression in Germany. I always thought depression was a myth. And like the way 50 Cent said, depression is a luxury. I've always thought depression was a myth when I was in Ukraine. I like, you're depressed. What are you depressed about? Oh, she's depressed. That's why she did this. Oh, you're depressed. That's why you're on drugs. I've always thought it was a myth or just a way of you saying, like, oh, using depression as an excuse. Honestly, I didn't know it was a real thing until I got into Germany. And sadly, to say, depression is a real thing. Honestly, I experienced it firsthand, and I'm happy, strong-willed, strong-minded to understand that I don't need to give in to that depression because actually I quit smoking. I used to be a smoker, like crazy one. Like I smoked a lot. I smoked a lot of weed, cigarettes, shisha, hookah. Yeah, I don't know what you guys call it in Ukraine. We call it shisha. I smoked a lot of that stuff, and it's been 5 years that I've not smoked a stick of cigarette or a little blunt. But sometimes I miss the blunt thingy, but you know, I'm someone like when I stay away from something, I stay away from it totally. So Germany was the place where I felt like taking a blunt. It was that crazy. I went to my neighbor and I was like, all right, because in Germany, blunt is legal now. So you can just walk up to your neighbor to get blunt. For those who smoke, anyway, it's legal in here to smoke. So I went to my neighbor and I asked him, I said, can I get a blunt? Can you like roll me one? And he was laughing at me. He was laughing so hard. Like, it's like, hey, dude, I know you're fucking with me, but I know you don't smoke, but whatever the reason why you want to smoke, you shouldn't. And I looked at him and I said, thank you. And I went back to my room. And the next day when I saw him, I told him, like, guy, thank you for not rolling that blunt for me yesterday. Thank you for telling me, like, reminding me, like, oh, you don't smoke, you don't do this. This is unlike you. So whatever the case is, you shouldn't. So I told him, thank you for that. But for those who cannot, like, fight over it, for those who run to blunt or alcohol to kill out the depression, I want you to know that I get it. I understand. But same way I'm going to tell you, you should not allow that get over you because the depression in Germany is crazy. There's no social life in Germany. I don't think there is. I don't think there is because where I'm coming from, there used to be like this high social life. You understand? There's something happening every Friday. You want to go out, and I tried to go into the club here in my city, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I think the people I saw in the club were people like, you know, when I look at them, I've like, oh, like these are kind of rebellious children. These are people trying to get back at their parents for something. Like, but you can see the way they are dressed, you can see what they're wearing, and you can just understand. Like, I don't think these people are really, really coming to the club. I think these people are just being rebellious. You know, it gave me that rebellious vibes. I don't know if it makes sense to you, but it makes sense to me. You know, this kind of rebellious vibes. You see a girl, you see a guy in the club, you just understand, like, okay, this person is being rebellious for something. This person is not here to have fun. This person is here to make somebody angry. They're not here for themselves because you can tell from the dressing and how their hair is. I don't know, probably it's their style. Forgive me, you know. I'm just saying. This is my own opinion because I've been to a lot of clubs. Actually, I did work in a club when I was in Ukraine. I worked as a dancer, as a PJ dancer, like I danced on stage. And from my experience in clubs, these are not the way they dress to clubs. You understand? Like, you see a lot of things and you'll be like, I got into the club and trust me, I did not spend up to an hour. I just got myself a beer. I just stood. I was looking at the dance floor, listening to what the DJ was playing, and I look at the people around. And I just shook my head and I left. I just shook my head. I left and I got a taxi and I went home because I just said to myself, "Nah, this is not it." But when I went to the club in Dusseldorf, Dusseldorf was lit. Like Dusseldorf was lit, and I'll try my best to visit other clubs within my region, within my vicinity, like those cities around. I think I'll be going to the clubs just to see what it's like, because I don't want to like live with the idea of the kind of club I have in my city, because I don't want to use that experience to judge other places. You understand? So I guess that's one thing I'm going to be doing on my channel. Go to these clubs, make a review, talk about it, this is how it is. But regardless, in my city, the social life sucks. Big time it does. And generally there is no, on the streets of Germany, on the streets of my city, I don't want to call the name of my city, but those who know the city I live in, you know what I'm talking about. So the street of Germany, the street of my city, you hardly see anybody smiling. You just, I don't know, the energy out there is just depressing. The energy on the streets is just depressing, because I can understand the depression part, because I feel like Germany is a country whereby I think they sit down. This is a scenario I'm painting. Like, this is what I think. I think like the people in charge just sit down, they wake up one morning and be like, ah. it's been a minute. What can we do to screw with the life of these people? How can we stress them out? Because we think they're relaxed. I feel like they hate you relaxing. They hate to see you relaxing. Probably at work, where I work, you could finish your job, yeah, what you're taxed to do, you're done with it, and probably you're just sitting down waiting for the next thing to come around. And it pisses them off just to see you sitting around. And they're like, hey, what are you doing? And you say, I'm done with my job. I'm waiting for the next thing to do. Or probably whatever you're trying to do, you have to wait for like 5 minutes. Do you know what you're going to do? Surprisingly, they could go down, tell you to go take the broom and start sweeping. And that's not a part of your job description. Sweeping is not a part of your job description. My job description actually, when I was signing the contract, was for me to do this and not to do that. I didn't sign up to be a cleaner. I signed up to work, and this is my job. And why am I cleaning now? Because that's the job of the cleaner. They just don't want to see you sitting down. I don't think they're happy seeing you just taking a 5 minute rest. But the crazy thing there is, once they need your own time, your own time, like taxing you for working overtime. I'll be talking about work system in Germany in my next video. I guess that's the next video I should talk about. But once they want your own time, they have a way of asking. They don't even just ask, they tell you. And once you don't do it, they feel like you're not a team player. And that's a cause for them to get you fired. That's how crazy it is. Understand? So, no social life, the depression is high. So, if you, wherever you're coming from, and you're a jolly good fellow, as long as you land in Deutschland, throw that away. your jolly good fellowness, if my English is correct, that whatever that thing is that makes you happy, it goes right the door. In Germany, nah, you're not meant to be happy. There was a day I was walking on the road and I was watching something on my phone and I was laughing, and someone turned and looked at me and asked me, why am I laughing? What's funny? And I looked at the person and I like, oh, do you speak English? Because the person said it in German. I could understand what the person was trying to say in Germany, but I don't know how to say it. But I asked the person, do you speak English? The person said yes. And my next question was, what's your business with what I'm saying? Like, if I'm laughing, how does that affect you? And the person replied, yeah, I just want to know what's making you funny, what's making you laugh. And I'm like, it's none of your business. You don't need to know what's making me laugh. I'm laughing. You just have to be happy, or you laugh, or you smile, or you just face where you're going to and you just walk away. It's none of your business. You don't need to ask me why am I laughing, because I don't think it's going to do you any good. That's what I said to the person. And the person looked at me and I walked away and I was like, damn. Well, this is not even the first time it happened to me. In class, my teacher did ask me the same question too. And I was asking, like, what's going on? Can't someone just smile and mind your business? Must you ask why I'm laughing? You want to know the reason I'm laughing? Must you know? You know, putting their nose in where they're not supposed to put it. Not minding their business. Really, it's crazy. It's sad. So, as a foreigner, you're moving to Germany. Please, wherever you're coming from, especially like I'm speaking to Nigerians especially, but if you're from Kenya, any other African country, and you're watching my video on YouTube, from where you're coming from, if you're a happy person, trust me, when you get into Germany, you'll be less happy. And trust me, that's less happy by more than 60% less happy. If you're 100% happy, okay, let me not use the word 100% because I don't think anybody's 100% happy. But if you're like 85% happy from where you're coming from and you're coming to Germany, be rest assured you're going to be less than 50% happy because there's nothing in here that's going to make you happy. Nothing at all that is happening here that's going to make you happy. There's nothing. There's no good news that's going to make you happy because every news you hear every day is a new rule to get you screwed. There's no new rule that comes on like, hey, thank God it's a new rule that's happening. Oh shit, at last. Nah. The new rules in Germany is always going to get you screwed. It's how they're going to take money off your pocket and how you're going to pay for more things. Those are the rules you get. Those are the news you get in Germany. How you're going to pay for more. If you're paying for this year, and I let you know next year in 2025, you're going to pay for more. And in 2025, and they'll be like, 2025, they need to pay more for this thing. In 2026, I'm sure in 2026, before 2026, they're going to tell you, oh, you're going to have to pay more. Like, let me take, for example, the Dutchland ticket. Yeah, the Dutchland ticket is 49 euros. When they started the Dutchland ticket, it was 49 euros. And by next year, it's up by 58. So we'll be paying 58 euros next year from 49. And guess what? Your salary is not increasing. And if you're going to increase your salary, it's going to be by 50 cents. So how do they expect you to be happy? How can you be happy? When your increase in salary is just going to be like 50 cents? I don't think there's anyone that's going to be happy, because if you're going to increase what I'm going to pay for by 10 euros, at least you should increase my salary by 10 or 15 euros. No, they're going to increase it by 50 cents. And when you calculate 50 cents, it's just crumbs. And you'll be like, really? So, my brother and my sister, if you're coming to Germany as a foreigner and you're not strong-willed, you're not strong-minded, please, I beg you, be strong-minded before you get into Germany, because the depression in Germany is real. Like, it's real. If depression was a person, the person's going to shake hands with you at the airport, like, yeah, how you doing? Welcome to Germany. That's what depression is going to do to you if you're not careful. So I come to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the video to the end. Please don't forget to subscribe, and please turn on your notification button and also push the like button, because liking the video is going to help the algorithm push my video out for other people to see it. So thanks for watching to the end. Stay blessed. And if you're coming to Germany, you're welcome. All right. So take care of yourself. See ya. Peace out.